Oh, he's having a bad day. Best part of waking up is pulling over to throw up. Well, guys, this one was a request, and not something that you would expect from the channel because it's a vegetarian recipe. Pesto. Pesto changeo. Most people know their pesto as the green sauce, but pesto in Italian just means paste, right? And the green pesto that everyone knows is pesto alla genovese. It's pesto in the style of Genoa. But you can make pesto out of anything. You can do red pesto out of sun-dried tomatoes. You can do a walnut pesto. You can do pesto. And there's plenty of recipes online for the traditional pesto alla genovese. So I'm going to not do that. I'm going to try something a little different. Still green, so you're going to get your color in. But we're going to do a mint pesto. Okay, and you gotta stick with me on this one because it's not gonna be so minty that it's off-putting, but it does give a little something different, but looks like a regular pesto. So here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need about 2 cups of mint leaves, fresh mint leaves, good ones. Okay, so figure out how many bunches that is. Sometimes they're big, small, you never know. Depends on the store. You're gonna need about 4 cloves of whole roasted garlic. So we're gonna roast garlic for this. It's gonna be a little different than normal, okay? About a 1/4 cup of almonds. You can get a bag of just blanched almonds, and then you're gonna toast them in the oven. Extra virgin olive oil, about a 1/2 cup of Parmigiano Reggiano, salt and pepper, a food processor, unless you wanna do the whole mortar and pestle thing. There's no shame in using a food processor. Boiling water, and the pasta of your choosing. For pesto, I like orecchiette, the little kind of saucery looking ear. I mean little ears in Italian. Or penne, or one of the other not long spaghetti-like noodles. Something that is easily forkable, eh? Dun, 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 dun. Alright, so you're going to want to get your pasta water boiling and get your oven preheated to about 400 degrees, okay? The oven's gonna be to roast the garlic, so this is kind of like an episode inside of an episode. Roasted garlic. Get yourself some tin foil. You're gonna need a whole head of fresh garlic. Break it up into individual cloves, but don't remove the peels, okay? Put that in the center of your tin foil. Drizzle it pretty aggressively with extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper. Cover it up until you've made like a little tent or bag or satchel or something, and put it in the oven and roast it for about a 1/2 hour. You'll know it's done when it's soft to the touch, when you can actually kind of press through and it's mushy on the inside. Take it out and let it cool. And what the roasted garlic is going to do is it, one, doesn't give you that raw garlic taste, but it's going to add a layer of flavor and a little bit of sweetness that's going to make the pesto, one, more rich in flavor, and two, it's going to cut some of that hardcore raw mint flavor and just give you, an essence of mint. Bumpy. All right. Forgot about the almonds. All right, now you got to toast your almonds, okay? So put those in an oven-safe pan or oven-safe dish or something, or you can just put them on the tin foil, another piece of tin foil. Lay those out and put those in the oven for about 6 minutes. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to toast them to golden brown, and that's going to pull out some essential flavor, essential oils. It's too bumpy here. I can't even talk. Instead of it being a raw nut flavor, it's going to be a more smooth, richer flavor. So you have your roasted garlic and your toasted nuts. Then, once you got those toasted and roasted and cooled, get your food processor. Put your almonds and about 4 of those cloves of garlic in the food processor and fill it up with, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Let's say 2 tablespoons. Give it a couple pulses, and what you're trying to do is smooth out the almonds and the garlic to make your first base paste or pesto. Then, once you got that kind of paste-like, throw in your mint and then hit go. Turn on food processor and slowly add in your extra virgin olive oil. And when you start to see it turning into a paste-like consistency, stop. Then Once you've got it paste-like, at the very end is when you put in your fresh grated Parmigiano Reggiano, right? So put that stuff in there, but leave a little bit for the end of the dish for finishing. Give it a pinch of salt and pepper, taste it up, see how you like it. And you can even put in like some red chili flakes or something if you want to make it a little spicy. Okay? So there you go, that's it. You've made the pesto. That's the hardest part. Now you got your boiling water, put in your pasta, make sure your pasta water's nice and salted, and see how long the pasta says it's going to take on the back. Let's say it takes 9 minutes for the orecchiette. You're going to need about 4 minutes in the pan, right? And you want to let the pasta finish in the pan for the last minute. So we're going to let it cook in the water for 8 minutes. Now your pasta may vary, just do the math. You need about 4 minutes in the pan. So let your pasta go about 5 minutes or 4 minutes. Get your saute pan, wherever you're finishing your stuff in, nice and hot. Put in a glob of your pesto. I'm lost, so I'm losing my train of thought. Put in your glob of pesto, and then ladle a little bit of your pasta water into the pan. That's going to help give it a bit of a sauce. It's also going to help that pesto and the oil and everything adhere to the pasta when it comes out. Let that warm up until it starts, kind of bubbling. That's not the right way to go, buddy. Oh, this is a mess. This is a real mess. Where the hell are we? What was I talking about? Pesto? I am totally turned around. This is Broadway? Holy shit. So the pesto now, it's in the pan, it's starting to bubble, it's looking good. We're now at minute 8, so we take out our pasta with a strainer or something, but don't rinse that pasta water off. Just get it out of the water and go right into the pan. Give it a toss so it coats everything. Give it a stir with your flat-edged wooden spoon. And then turn the heat to low and let it just kind of finish in the pan. And that's it. Scoop it onto a plate, grate a little bit of fresh Parmigiano Reggiano on top, and you've got mint pesto with orecchiette and Parmigiano Reggiano on a very special meatless meat motorcycles. You don't see that every day. That was it, you guys. I hope it turns out for you. Any questions, let me know. Bon appetito. There's nothing zoom about this Mazda in front of me.